Hi, friend. My name is Sandy Monroe. I'm an intuitive life coach, and what that means is basically during one on one sessions, I mainly tune you into your inner guidance so that you can create the life you want using your intuition. Today, I would love to talk to you more about creating that life that you deserve and that you want. So, here's the deal. If you go along certain avenues, especially on YouTube, you might think there's only one way to live life. But you look around long enough, peeking through, and you'll see there are various ways to live life. What do you mean by that? What do I mean by that? Well, you go one avenue, uh, the most the most prevalent one that we see. And you might think that the way to live life is to keep up with the Joneses, to have status, to have the right car, the right clothes, the right insert, whatever, so that you can be happy. Isn't that what you see a lot on YouTube? I sure see it some on ads, on Facebook. It's everywhere. But it's not the only way to live life. And it's not necessarily going to lead to happiness because happiness is an inner game. Happiness has to do with what you feel inside, and there's absolutely nothing that you can get externally that will get you there. Nothing. You've heard Jim Carrey say he manifested everything he could possibly have wanted: the movies, the awards, the money, the accolades, and yet he was not happy. And people say that all the time, yet people don't believe it. They think he's just not trying hard enough. It's not true, my friend, because happiness is inside. You can be happy without getting anything externally. I know because I used to be severely not in a good place. Trauma, anxiety, deep pain and suffering. And when I began the inner work, the journey, at first nothing really changed in my life. Not to say that I had a sucky life, but nothing big really changed externally. It's not like I went out and completely changed my career right away or did anything like that. And yet I was filled with life. I was filled with energy. I was filled with appreciation for this beautiful life. I was. And nothing had really changed in my life. Now, from being in that space of appreciation, gratitude, joy, peace, and love, then I did take aligned action, and my life does look completely different than it used to. But that's not what came first, friend. What came first was working on the inside. Now, I want to talk a little bit even more about this because if you look enough around, you'll see that people are happy and they're doing completely different things. You go one way and you see people advocating living a minimalist life and they have like one book and one couch. They have nothing and they say they're happy. And you look at them and they look happy. They genuinely look happy. There are so many channels on YouTube all sharing with you how to do whatever they're doing. And they're literally sharing your truth. If you listen to them close enough, you'll see they're being their authentic self. You'll see that they're being their true self. So they really are happy. Okay? And it does not look getting the BMW, the Birkin bags, whatever, necessarily. And every one. I saw one girl who admitted to herself she's a little bit lazy. She said, "Yeah, I'm a little bit lazy." Yeah, you know? And so what she did, she started working part-time and rented out her rooms in her house to family members so she could only work part-time because she said, "It's true, I'm a little bit lazy. She's like, I'm not about that grind. I'm not about that hustle. I want the easy life." So I spend less money, I buy less things. Honestly, I don't need them, and I like to be creative in my home. She likes to do some DIY creative things. So she's like, it works out for me and I don't have to work so hard. I can be home by 2 or whatever she said, and be there with her kids after school, all that good stuff. She doesn't have to be working that 9 to 5 anymore. And that worked for her because 9 to 5 was draining her. So she cut back on her spending, got some roommates, done deal. I've seen some people who have gotten themselves tiny homes or live in somebody's garage and are renting out that space, all sorts of things in a school bus. And there's all these different things I'm seeing now of people living their bliss, creating their own financial independence, and it doesn't necessarily look like they have 100 homes that they're renting out and that's how they're getting their passive income or this or that. Literally, I bought myself a school bus. I made a kitchen in it. I put a bed. They make it look pretty, and they travel and they live in a school bus and they don't owe anybody anything and they're happy. I can go on and on with stories like this. So it's about finding your joy, your happiness, your authentic self. What makes you sing? If you were to get everything out of your head, like absolutely everything, and stop thinking I can't be happy because I don't have this or that, and you just ask yourself, what could I do now? Without thinking about why you can't, what would that be? Just sit and ask yourself and let me know what comes to you. Do the homework and leave it down in the comments below. Sending you much love, much blessings.